as long as I can remember, I've always been really interested in self-improvement. Maybe it's because my dad is really interested in self-improvement, but I've always liked this idea of leveling myself up, of becoming a better version of myself, of improving. And one thing that I really like about software development is it very naturally leads to self-development. This is another reason why I really liked playing tennis growing up, is because I felt as if in order to become a better tennis player, I had to become a better version of myself. I had to become more fit. I had to become more mentally tough. I had to learn how to not give up. I had to learn how to stay in the game and keep playing when I was tired. I had to learn all these meta skills in order to get better at the sport. And I think software development is really similar. It is physical in some ways, meaning it's almost as if you have to exercise a lot outside of the job so that you can sit down for multiple hours at a time and code well. But really what software development is you're a mental athlete. You're not necessarily a physical athlete, you're a mental athlete. And in order to be good at software development, you have to be a learning machine. You have to be willing to learn new things constantly. You have to be willing to be able to figure out how to get into flow states frequently. You have to be able to absorb new things. You have to improve your reading comprehension. And all these things require you to improve yourself. To become a senior software engineer at a large corporation, there's a certain level of competency that I'm just going to have to get. And I just love this goal because it indirectly forces me to just become a much more competent, responsible, high-performing, sharp person to be able to achieve this. Similar to if you were to go and try to be a 4-5 tennis player, or 5-0 tennis player, there's a level of hand-eye coordination and physical fitness that you're just going to have to reach to get there. So I just love setting these goals that in turn improve you, and another example of this that I can think about in my life was the GRE. So I read this, and I'm about to go on a little bit of a tangent, but it is all connected. I was reading this book, Deep Work, at the time that I was just starting to study for the GRE. And in that book, Deep Work, he talks about how there's these people who can memorize a deck of cards start to finish. It's crazy. You can shuffle a deck of cards, show them the cards, and they can remember all 52 cards. And by learning to do that, they learned to focus. They learned to increase their mind to this level where they were able to do that skill. And by being able to do that, they're able to learn other skills really quickly. It's really interesting. And I didn't go and learn a deck of cards after I read that book, but I decided, okay, you know what? The GRE is going to be the task. It's going to be the thing that I get really good at. And the GRE is a standardized test, so it's similar to the ACT or SAT, but it's a standardized test to get into grad school. I said this is going to be the thing that I really attack, and I believe that if I get my mind to the point where I can do this test, my mind is going to become sharper. If I get my mind to the point where I can move gracefully between a math section and a writing section and a reading section and score high on the standardized test and be able to lock in for 3 hours, I'm going to unlock a whole new level of my brain, which is going to be able to do so much more than I'm capable of right now. And it took a long time. It took me over 2 years. I'll be real with you guys. I studied for 6 months, and then I took a practice test and I got a meager 310 on that test. But then after studying for 2 years, I got a 329 on the GRE, which was mind-blowing for me, at least. For reference, the median score to get into Harvard Business School is a 328 on the GRE. So a 329 is a very, very competitive score. And I was able to get there after 2 years of studying, and now my whole life, my reading comprehension is stronger. And I used to zone out when I would read, and now I can just read a lot easier. And so anyway, the point is, I think it's really cool to go after something that leads to self-development, and this goal of becoming a senior software engineer is going to require me to be even more of a learning machine, to be even better of a communicator, to understand how to navigate corporate. It's going to build all these skills. And, of course I want to be a senior software engineer so I can get paid more. Of course, that's the main reason I want to be a senior software engineer. But I just really like it because it encourages self-development. So anyway, I thought I'd share. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up. If you don't like this video, leave a thumbs down, and I'll talk to y'all on the next one.